find ourselves due east from our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Washington Redskins. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Here we go. 60 or. And watch your leg. Check three. Let go.
Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around Tyler Boyd, he's going to go. Touchdown, Washington. Tyler Boyd, his 6th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms, because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
At their own 25-yard line. Here we go. 180. Been a long day for you. Jim, 21. Here we go.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And an alley to run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
On second down, a run with Lindsay. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people, because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers, because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they will just roam and hit.
Garoppolo, he's got his tight end Fant. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 38-yard line.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Second and 8 at the Redskins' 35-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, pick your game up.
On the counter, Lindsay. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all.
And now Garoppolo lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him, everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now on 2nd and 16, Garoppolo. And he's going to go down again. D Ford in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters, as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He'll give up 6 yards there on the loss, and it'll bring up 4th down. Corey Vedvik now set to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Hey, stand off.
On the ground with Bryce Love, the former Stanford Cardinal. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Malik Collins able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard.
56 the mic. 56 is the mic.
Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
To throw on 3rd down, Lawrence. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick, and they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, and
he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. The DN, Jonathan Allen, making sure his presence is felt. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. To try again after the sack. Garoppolo got an open man. It's Foster. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Phillip Lindsay, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. And maybe starting the campaign for another Offensive Player of the Week award in the AFC.
Yeah, strike up the band, right? They're going to lead him along, and the band being that offensive line, he's locked into the rhythm of what they're doing up front, and he's definitely off to that great start, a 2nd straight week.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
6-6, pull it high. Hey, lock it.
On first down, here's Love. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front and then maybe a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Set 70, Indy.
I got it.
5.
On third down, Lawrence. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Brings up fourth down and less than a yard.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on fourth down. On fourth down, Lawrence. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he'll be taken down at the 26. 17 yards that time at a Washington first.
Well, it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is a receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
The ball comes out. It's picked up by the Broncos.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit and, in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
A gain of 33 yards on the play.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Now it's Lindsey. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now this one complete to Robert Foster. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
Here we go, here we go.
50 Mike, 50 seconds.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Robert Foster, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Tight end to the right, boys. Tight end to the right. Move. 3 down, 3 down.
2nd and 2. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On 1st and 10, Lawrence. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Love. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
On first down, it's Love. Justin Simmons up from his safety spot to make the tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. The Redskins have the first down on a pickup of 18. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hard.
Off the play fake. Lawrence being chased out left. Now he'll pull it down and avoids the contact by sliding. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Mike's 56. Check pass. Big edge.
Hey, orbit.
2nd down and inches. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
It'll be Love to try and get the first. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. On first down, Lawrence. Dancing to his left. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Come on, set. 60 or.
4-7's the mic.
Going to give it to Love. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Bryce Love His 9th touchdown of the season as his guys have cut the lead down to 2.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Now.
They'll try and run it up the middle. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Here we go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, just string them together. Could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now this time, Garoppolo will throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mack Wilson. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Another try after the first down sack. Garoppolo. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Here we go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Not a great start to this drive. You had the sack, now the false start.
I mean, it doesn't take much to either read lips or just imagine what the head coach is saying right now. Get your head in the game, guys. Let's go.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. A nice move gets him a few extra. Down just shy of his 20. That'll net 7 yards on the ground, but it'll leave him with a healthy distance still to go on 3rd down.
Here we go.
Me and you all day. I'm coming after you.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And he's going to have the connection to Foster. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And all the way home for a Bronco score. Robert Foster, 82 yards, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football.
When you kick off and you go downfield and get the ball back, that's what I call a great opportunity.
In a one-score game, I always circle, and you know this, but in my play-by-play sheet, I circle big plays. It could be turning points. This could be a turning point.
Did you put a second circle around this one? This is pretty big.
I put a star.
Kill.
X3. 218, chop it. Go.
They start on the ground with Geis. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Zipper.
Check, 59, 59.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
18, Gator.
56.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Go.
56 to Mike.
Hit it.
To throw on 3rd down. Lawrence. Eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
Garoppolo looks to throw. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. Call it a gain of 3, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st down, right back to Lindsey. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. From midfield, here's Garoppolo. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. This is Homer. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins 33. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 33. It's a give to Freeman running right. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
On 2nd down, it's Lindsey. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Screen pass to Lindsey. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 18. Garoppolo now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun, and they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
From the 17, Garoppolo, and that'll be incomplete. Deshaun Hamilton, the intended receiver, and now it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And it's caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Back now at FedEx Field. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. Back now at FedEx Field. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Royce Freeman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
That'll be taken in the end zone. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Malik Collins just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Looking to throw. Lawrence. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Von Miller in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the gun, Lawrence. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start on the ground with Lindsey, and he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Now, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been outstanding. 7 first downs and 8 tries. This is 3rd and 4. play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They all go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse.
8 ounces good.
All right, just checking.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Hey.
Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, Jet. Shoot.
Running to start the drive is Love. And some room to maneuver. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. The 30. 10. Touchdown, Washington. Bryce Love, 93 yards. As his guys are back within a single score. So that's a really big play here in the fourth quarter. And don't look now. They're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just one score. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
That's it, baby. We got work.
At their own 25-yard line. Here we go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
They'll run here with Freeman. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. Royce Freeman, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos push further out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Lawrence. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
The catch, deservedly so, is going to get a lot of credit, but even more so because there's a defender there ready to make a play.
Yeah, just flat out muscled on that one.
56. Record. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56.
Throwing on first down, Lawrence. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart, and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Lawrence. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. P.J. Williams with a pick, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. The CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Another run by Lindsey, and an alley to run. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Freeman again. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. Now this one now not over yet, Charles. You've got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
You certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game, and that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now if they can get down the field quickly and somehow get the ball back one more time, we may have a different ball game.
This to McLaurin out on the left side. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Off play action. Lawrence. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Back to throw. Lawrence. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about.
Set up. 60 or 59, Mike the 59. Hey, here I come. Deep grip.
On 1st and 10, Lawrence to the goal line, but it's incomplete. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
Yeah, at the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
Hey, they're scared. They're scared.
Now.
Looking to throw. Lawrence. Flush to his right. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown. But probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. Oh, and it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare him
I was
to do
going to
that?
ask you,
What was
maybe
that?
they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Here we go. 180.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for Denver, they move back over 500 now at 4-3, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Washington, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games, and they'll